I don't know. This is a huge topic. If you
So he did this morning. So as you can see, Luca's very, very productive. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Positive Guys. And we are here with Luca. Luca. Luca, are you with us? Luca,
oh, hey there.
this
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah.
How
Sorry.
are you?
Yeah. I was thinking about going out. Then there was something in my head telling me it's better to stay home. Yeah, I'm good. Nice to see you. How are you?
So how have you been? Pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, what?
So let me introduce him. Well, I'm gonna introduce him from what I know from Luca, and this is Luca from Milan. He is in the fashion district. And what would you? Anything else you'd like to say?
I don't know.
He's clueless.
I'm
He
from-
doesn't know himself.
I'm from the best country in the world, but you already know that. I'm from Italy. Come on.
So let's begin.
Yes.
Today we're gonna be talking about the not COVID-19 directly, but like side things of maybe things you should do, things to keep you busy, things that keep you mentally healthy, and stuff like that. So I mean, Luca, what are your thoughts on everything that's going on?
Well, my thoughts are that you guys in Canada are, and even in other countries, are just 2 or 3 weeks back compared to here. So that's funny. 'Cause, yeah, you may still go out and do stuff, but probably you won't be able to do that in just a few weeks or days. And so it's pretty funny. I don't really understand how many countries are deciding to let people go out when they already know they won't be able to do that because they know where this is going, because there are countries in which it already happened, like Italy or other countries in Europe. But I think
It's crazy.
yes.
It's absolutely crazy. It impacted so many people mentally just these past few weeks, and I'm sure for you too, because you've had to reschedule everything and move everything around instead of have your normal schedule. Everything probably had to be changed to
Yes.
adapt to this
Yes,
pandemic.
it goes by step by step, because the first weeks you're just in a state of waiting for all of this to end. But then when you realize it's not gonna end that soon, then it becomes very stressing, depressing.
But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to end. I think it's always going to continue till they find the vaccine, because how can something just go away? In Montreal, apparently they're announcing that, I don't know if I told you this, they want to start opening things up in May already. I don't know what you think about that. They want to start opening things. Yeah. So that is in not even 12 days or 14 days.
Even in Italy, they're saying in the 4th of May they will reopen, or anyways they will let people go out. In my personal opinion, it's a stupid thing to do, because this is not over yet. So just everything we did until now will be useless if they just.
That's why
stop all of it.
there's probably going to be a second wave, isn't there?
Excuse me.
That's why there's going to be a second wave.
Yes,
Because apparently there's
probably,
supposed
yes.
to be a second time where it comes in November, which is it sounds absolutely horrible, but if it is true, I'm going to travel to everywhere.
But I think it could be even earlier. If we're already allowed to go out in May, maybe even in June or July, I think it will already be a bad time again.
That's true.
I don't know.
I mean, so basically, should we still stay home even if the government is telling us to
Well,
leave?
yeah, that's my opinion, but I don't know. Right now, there are no rules for how to behave or what to do. my suggestion is just to stay home, or anyways to, if you really have to go out, I don't know, like jogging or doing that stuff, just do it.
Make sure it's like
Like
very, very necessary.
yes, and make sure it's like where there is nobody, and like during a part of the day when there is nobody, because if you go there
Yeah.
and there is other, like, I don't know, 1,000 people doing the same thing in Montreal, it's already too many.
Yeah. And it's like, what freaks me out is the more I think of it, the more you're like, wait, is the government telling us that it's going to be gone already out of nowhere? Like, just like that, it's like, gone.
Yeah, it's like an illusion. I totally get it. And at the beginning, I thought like that too. Like at the really beginning, you don't really realize, and that's the hard part, I think, because there aren't very like many rules on this. Like everyone has to find their own rhythms. They have to find what to do during the day. When like even they should just decide when to wake up, when to go to bed. There is no really like rules. I don't think everyone has to find their own routines. The good thing about now is that we can find our own rhythms, and we can do things when we want. Like if we are like if you like just to go to bed at 3 a.m. and wake up at 11, you can do that. Like it's not, if you do that every day, it's still a routine. It's not like if you don't wake up
even before COVID-19. Yeah,
that's, I mean, the good thing about this period, even though there are not many good things, is that you actually get to find this routine in which you just do the same things every day, and if you find them boring at a certain point, you just change and you do other things. It's not like that easy.
You could technically do a lot more than you used to. Like before you couldn't do all this. Like you couldn't, like, I can't, before I wasn't like able to I didn't have the time to go edit like 3 things, 4 things, and all this. Now I have the time. Like, it's giving us time to work on ourselves, work on what we want. Whether it's like, if you want to be like a stockbroker, then you could study the market now. And it's like, it's not the best time to buy, but it's maybe the best time to buy. So which, like, who knows? Like, this is why you have so much time.
It is a good time to buy.
Yeah. Have you bought anything?
No, not right now.
Any advice?
On trading?
Would you like to sell me some stocks? Or trade me some stocks for some good price? On the podcast?
Well, yeah, it depends on what kind of person you are, because like you like editing videos, so you're like, yes, I've got more time to do that. Then there is people who like, I don't know, maybe they go hiking every day, or their job is to take pictures of mountains or lakes, and right now they're just stuck in their beds. So,
are you talking about yourself?
Actually, no, but
it kind of sounds like your life.
I'm not stuck in my bed. I'm right here. No,
but you're stuck at home.
Yeah, I'm stuck home, but the bad thing about all of this is that there is no like short or long-term goal. You can edit videos. You don't know what you're editing it for. You might be, I don't know, jogging or working out every single day. You don't know when you're gonna be out again. If I knew it was like in 6 months, I wouldn't do anything for the first 3 months, because I know my body like takes 3 months to get in shape. So, but I don't know that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's just like up and downs. It's like that. You don't really know.
I agree. It's like, it's scary in that sense, because when you think of it, you're like, so like if the gym opens up, let's say, I think you know what the gym is, right?
Yes.
Is it palestra in Italian?
I don't know if it's already here. I might.
Is it called palestra?
What? Palestra.
Is it palestra?
Yes.
Is that? Nice. Perfect. So, like, let's say that the palestra opens up. Are you gonna go? Or because like it's probably
I haven't
it's
gone
very
in
dirty.
months, so
Yeah.
I haven't gone in months.
I used to go 5 days a week. So it's like I think it's probably like the dirtiest place, so it's probably the last place I want to be. So I'm probably gonna continue running till this thing disappears. Like it's
But
I
no,
don't know
they're
if
not
it's-
gonna open the gyms right away. They're gonna be the last things like
That's true.
hairdressers or yeah.
Why are you thinking of hairdressers, by the way?
Oh, because I cut my hair. You see, nice haircut.
We both of us gave ourselves a haircut.
Yes.
That's funny. But like, do you think it's affected people like mentally? Like besides like actually like just stopping them like mentally, just being stuck at home.
But of course, I
Because
mean,
some
like,
people say it's not affecting them, but then
after a
they s-
while, after like 3-4 weeks, you just realize like you don't really have a goal during the day. You don't really have something like to live for, you know. And you can't
You
say
just made
like,
everyone lose their hope.
You can't even say like in 3 weeks I'm going to that place. In like in 2 months I'm going to gonna watch that movie at you know.
the cinema, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that it's like at the same time too you could. I've been using this time to save up because there's nothing to spend my money on. So I don't know if you do it too, but
Yes.
this is like very bad where you just go online, you add everything to your cart, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna buy this. Forget it. I don't know if you did that, but yesterday I did that like 5 times. So the
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that-
the what I could like suggest to you guys in Canada, just start buying stuff like considering you're actually stuck like home. So I don't know, stuff to work out if you want to work out, and really that's the part. Like never feel bad if you see someone on let's say on Instagram or on any other social media doing all of those things during the day. They've got a full schedule. They've got everything planned and they're like they're not wasting any minute in their day. Like don't feel bad because everyone like will take this with his own like time and will find his own ways to
schedule.
Yes, and like I mean it's good to have a schedule and I really think all of you should do it and or anyways a routine, you know, things to do every day and get good habits.
Yeah.
But
It's important
and
too.
Don't really feel it up. Like it shouldn't be like okay at 3 I do this, at 4 I do that, at 5 I do like it shouldn't be filled up with like too many things because then what happens is that as soon as something goes wrong and something will go wrong because like if you're like
It's
yes
life,
I have
yeah.
to do this then there is that thing that takes more time than you thought. And then you feel bad because you didn't do like things you should have done that day. That's another thing you're gonna feel bad for, and it's not what we need now. Like we don't need more things.
Yeah, and it's life
feel bad
too. Like
for.
things are not gonna go according to schedule.
No, never.
It's not all. Yeah, it's not always gonna be like, oh, today I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna have supper. I'm gonna do my homework, and after that, I'm gonna read my book. Probably what's gonna happen is you're gonna probably not either be able to go to the gym, and you're gonna have to choose which one is a priority, your homework or the gym. Then you'll have more time for one of them, and that's what usually ends up happening. And like people stress out, like
Yes,
but I think it's like
quite normal.
yeah. But you have to choose priorities. Which one's more important? If you skip the gym one day, I think you're fine. Technically, think like if you haven't skipped like 6-7 days in a row or months in a row, then you're gonna be fine.
Yes, I think
But-
it's anyways. It's another problem if you're not going to the gym at all. So, yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I mean, you should just not like pretend that you're gonna follow completely like everything you write down, and I think this is a good time to know yourself, to know like how long you take to do some stuff that maybe you've been like postponing for like very long time, or maybe. But yeah, well, we don't need to procrastinate too much. I think
No,
that's
because you have
that's
time now.
we shouldn't procrastinate too much, and
So
that's
now
easy
that
to
we
do
have the
because
time,
we
take
have a lot of
advantage.
time. So it's actually easy to say like I can do that like tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have so many tomorrows like tomorrow. So what does it change?
Yeah, I agree on that one. That's like 100% true because like you could push it to tomorrow, but why like just start it today? And at least if you start it, it's like mentally you're like it's a way more comfortable. Like it's like, oh, I started it. At least I know I started it. But if you don't start it and you have to start it, then you keep pushing it and you keep pushing it. Like I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yes, and then it
That's
just
bad. That's when
and
you start
the
getting
bad
stressed.
thing. I read some articles in which they say that actually, like when you say like that to your mind, when you say like I'm gonna do that tomorrow, you're telling your brain
Yeah.
that you actually did part of it. Like yes, I'm doing part of it. I'm thinking about it, so it's really
Yeah.
good. But I'm gonna complete that like task tomorrow. I don't need to do it now. That's another thing. And most of all, like maybe in your like routine or schedule, don't put stuff that is like more than like less than 5 minutes. If it takes less than 5 minutes, this is like a 5 minutes rule. I follow it a lot. When something takes less than 5 minutes, don't like postpone it. Just do it right away if you can, because it's less than five
That
minutes.
is very, very smart. I didn't think of that. I never thought of that. Like even making your bed
Yes, exactly. You know,
takes like 5 minutes.
Yes, it takes even less. So you just do it. You don't think like I'll do it afterwards, or you don't write it on your, your schedule or your agenda.
Yeah. Well, you should just do it just like like okay, it's gonna take 5 minutes. Do it, get rid of it, it's out.
Yes.
Like before I used to like never make my bed. As you see it's made. But like now I've gotten so used to making my bed since quarantine and it's like a good habit, but like I wait like sometimes it's 2 p.m. and I look at my bed, I'm like, wait, when did I make it? Because sometimes I wake up at 6 or 7, so I'm like, when it's 2 p.m. I forgot that I made my bed. So I'm like, oh wow. So I was like, that's cool. It's like I feel like an old lady now.
Well, that's the power of
Like
habits.
already forgetting.
Well, no, but
So I was like, this is
yeah,
good.
it's like I'm waking up so early that sometimes because that's what I do. But because what I think like mostly for like people of our age, because it really changes like based on how old you are. But for people
Yeah.
of our age, the worst is like to live with your family for so long, and or maybe because maybe you're used to going to school or going around by yourself. And right now, like what I really miss is like real like solitude. We just
Yeah.
need to stay by myself for some time. So you should find that part of the day in which everyone else sleeps, and for me that's between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I wake up at 6, so I've got like those 3 hours of like waking up and doing my stuff while everyone else sleeps.
Such an old man.
I know, thank you. But no, but I mean,
Is it because you can't sleep, or
I've got friends who go to sleep at 4 a.m. because everyone else in their house like goes to sleep at midnight, But in my house, everyone goes to sleep at 3 in the morning. So I just want to wake up early.
That's true.
It's just
So you have time like alone, basically, like you said, in
Yes.
solitude.
yes, that's
That's crazy.
yes.
That's really good though.
Yes.
I like the way
we
you
need it.
think. Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
do, because you can't be around everyone all the time.
No.
Everyone.
No,
Yeah, that's unhealthy, and it's not. It doesn't even make sense, because then there could be like arguments, and to avoid those arguments, you're taking initiative, and you're like, I'm just gonna like wake up earlier so I have time to myself, and no one can bother me,
yeah, and
which is good.
yes, but you said something good before about your bed. Like, I mean, this is a very good time to pick up good habits. And
Yeah.
the power of habits is that like once you get your brain used to it, and it could be like 2 weeks, 1 month, or 6 months. It really depends on the person. But once you get
Yep.
used to doing that thing, like you don't have to spend your energies on that. It's just gonna be so
Exactly.
natural for you that you can use your energies to do stuff you enjoy more. So right now it's a good time to pick up good habits. Even waking up at the same time every day, even if it's 11 in the morning or whenever it is, just decide to wake up at that
Just
time
wake up.
and do it
Yeah.
every day. Because after a while, you don't need an alarm. You just you like
Yeah.
biological.
But like, what
biological.
do
How
you
do
think
say
about
it? Biological
just like naturally?
clock? Yeah.
Yeah, something like, yeah, like you just wake up naturally at that time.
Yeah.
Like on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, ever since the podcast, we've been uploading it at 6:30 in the morning. So on those days, I can't sleep. I wake up once at 3, once at 4, once at 5, and then once at 6 with no alarm. So it's like,
You just wake up.
I look at the time. Yeah, because I'm used to it now, and it's like, oh shit, don't forget to put the podcast. And then sometimes I'm uploading the podcast.
How do you sleep?
So-
That's not good for your sleeping.
No, but like sometimes like I upload the podcast, and it's like as soon as I hit upload to just on Instagram, because YouTube is automatic, but on Instagram when I upload it, I hit upload, and I just fall asleep, and it says uploading, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up 20 minutes later, I'm like, post, and I'm like, then I fall back to sleep. I was like, ooh. But I do that every single Thursday and Sunday. So whenever everyone's sleeping on Sunday, I'm awake. Or, well, you're awake too because you're in Italy, so time zone. But yeah.
Yeah, but really, sometimes I just like I tell something to my friends, or maybe I text them like at 7 a.m. because I wake up very early. So if they text me like late at night, I'm gonna like answer back like early in the morning.
Yeah.
And sometimes then what happens is that in the evening, maybe I call them or I talk with them, and they're like, yes, you sent that to me today. I was like, oh, I thought that was yesterday, you know? It just looks like the day is so long. I'm just like,
Yeah, because
yeah, after a while, it's very hard to keep like track of time.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
Yeah, and
So like, it confuses everyone. It's like, once you start
Yes.
keeping yourself busy, you don't keep track of time.
no, not at all.
Like,
And
this is how you keep track of time. Let me show you guys. I'm just gonna time. See? First one, when I started drinking, it was 9. Now it's 10. Get your schedule together. No, I'm joking.
Well, and the other thing I noticed, and here there are different, points of view and different perspectives on this.
Yeah.
Because there is people who say like this is a good time to be creative, you know. But then I watched a podcast of an Italian writer, and it was like, well, I'm not really reading, I'm not writing, because like usually inspiration comes from something like particular, and right now we are stuck in our houses, but we don't really know why. Like, we know it's for coronavirus, but there is no, there is no clarity in all of this. We don't really know when it's gonna end. We don't really know how it works. We don't know how, you can get sick. We don't know anything. It's like, having
It doesn't make sense yet.
a lot of
Nothing
smoke
makes
around,
sense.
so you can't really see everything clear. And so, it's like this writer, he said like even many friends of him, so many other artists or creative people, they're all in this situation in which they're not really doing anything for their jobs or their art, because they're just there. They don't really know. There is no one like. Usually, when you're stuck home, maybe it's because you're like escaping from something outside, or there is a reason. But right now, there isn't. Like, you just look out of the window and you're like, oh yeah, everything is normal, but we have to
And
stay
it's
here.
sunny every single day. It's
Yeah.
been sunny almost every single day that we're stuck in quarantine.
Yes.
I bet you that once we're done and we can go outside, we're like, it's gonna be raining. and that's not going to stop me from going outside.
Well,
Neither is it going to stop me from hiking a
there is a
mountain.
funny thing in Italy because the like on Pasquetta, it usually rains like every single year during Easter time, like during Easter holidays. It always rains. This year it did rain.
Yeah.
It was nice weather.
So was everyone freaking out?
It wasn't freaking out. It was just like, yeah, well, that's karma. So
Yeah,
and
probably because there's a lot less pollution.
I don't know about that.
Oh my god.
What?
What if Greta started this?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You know Greta?
Actually,
You know
in
who's
Milan,
Greta?
you know, in Milan, in Milan, they're saying that the pollution helped the virus to spread.
Yeah.
They're saying it was fault of pollution. Now they're saying like for the future we should like stop. I don't know, many activities.
Useless emissions.
Yes,
we have,
but even
like, stop,
that, I
like,
don't. In my personal opinion, like they're saying, yes, you see, if less cars go around, then there is less pollution. But in my opinion, it's not like that. It's more like industries are closed, so all of their emissions right now are not there. It's more about companies and industries that like do some stuff with
Are closed.
chemical.
Yeah.
It's not about cars. Like cars are probably like the 3% of the total pollution in the city. So.
It pollutes a lot. Some trucks pollute a lot, but I don't think it's like the big thing. Like if you see how much gas, like if we were able to see the liquid of like a plane, how much gas it takes, and actually like physically like see the tank and see how much it's burning per minute, then I think people would start freaking out, because I don't think many people know that. I think it's like people think it's cars, but the cars are like this small on this earth.
Yes.
This is how big it is.
Right now, it's more about the kerosene from the planes that they're also it's more like the difference of pollution is caused more by that than by less cars going around, which are just a small
even
issue.
Like buses and stuff. It's like there's a lot less buses too. Buses are huge, like it's a big engine. It's big, and there's hundreds of them, on one street. So it's like there's so many things that people have to take into consideration besides just a car, because like a car is used for traveling, and if it's not going to be pollution from a car, it's going to be like physical pollution from a space. Like they're going to have to, like, if it becomes like electric tram cars, like Elon Musk wants to put like in ground in the tunnel. I don't know if you saw that in LA. Yeah. If we start doing that, that's pollution of like, it's underground pollution. It's just going to be hidden. Like it's going to be like a cement. They're going to have to take out all like trees. They're going to have to destroy many things. It's still going to be almost the same thing. And the material.
I don't
like
know. This is a huge topic. If you want to talk about it, I think we should just talk in another podcast just about pollution.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Huge topic. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was saying before that there are these two different like points of view in which there is people saying it's the time to be creative, and other people say you will never be creative right now. You know. So the only thing I notice is that it's a good time to, I don't know, have some introspection and try to understand things about ourselves that we haven't understood yet or we didn't know about yet. So there is this nice book called Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Rilke. And in this book, it actually talks like Rilke talks about like solitude and the importance of solitude and the importance of like looking into yourself to find answers. And I was talking yesterday with a friend of mine, and because she's a writer, and she was like, well, but I'm trying to look to the outside to find something to write about, but actually you have to look into yourself, and this is a good moment to do that. You don't really have any other choice. So Yes, and once you look into yourself, everything, like many other things that are around you, will fit into place. Because, for example, right now maybe there are problems of relationships with people you live with. Yeah, I don't know, your parents or your siblings. This is a good time to fix those problems because it might be the other person, but it might be like your vision of the situation. So maybe there isn't an actual problem, but this is a good time to like face all of these, face those problems and to try to fix them. Maybe, yeah, just that. And at the same time, there is another opportunity, which is the one to like reevaluate relationships with people outside, because this is kind of yes, this is kind of like when I came to Canada, and there were some friends from Italy that texted me like every week or maybe even every day, but were others that like never showed up in 6 months. Obviously, I'm not gonna
They
call
just
them friends
completely
now,
forgot
but
about. Yeah.
and this is like the same for everyone. So if
What do you think about this? Because this is something that comes into topic with my friend and I, and we say that distance isn't really like a thing. If you're good friends, like my good friend lives in Florida, and like distance doesn't really do anything. Like I go see him when I can, but like throughout the year, like distance is just like because we always communicate.
I don't know, I think it really depends on many things. It's just that like there are those friends that maybe you see them like once a year, but that only time it's just like it was like yesterday.
Yeah,
You don't even feel like the fact
the
that you
distance.
haven't
Yeah,
met in like so many days or like months, and you don't feel that at all. I think the difficult part is when you are used to seeing someone every day, and like right after the moment, like they don't have the opportunity, to
yeah.
show you like that they're there.
Mhm.
And then they don't even try to do that. That could be
Yeah,
an issue,
that's
but
true.
as I said before, there isn't an actual rule to all of this, because
No.
it's a time where everyone is actually freaking out. Maybe someone falls into
Yeah.
depression. Maybe someone has got like their own problems. They've got maybe some relatives that are dying, or they're not in complete health. So it's not really a good time to judge or to do it. It's never a good time to judge, but this
No.
is not at all. So, but I mean that you start rethinking about your lives and your goals, and people you surround yourself with, and that's a good thing. It's not necessarily the fact that someone doesn't text you or doesn't call you. It might just be that you're like, well, but that person doesn't really fit into my interests, or maybe why am I even like their friend? But they're really like that's really
Yeah, that's true. I agree. One second,
that's
my dog
really
is interrupting. Keep talking though.
talking about. Mm.
What you were saying.
Let's see. Luca was going to see his dog.
Okay, so like I think like during this time, it's very very important that people like don't overthink but reevaluate. Look what's going on, and look like if something's gonna affect a relationship and it's now and it gets affected now. Are you gonna say like how are you gonna view it? Like, is this happening because mentally you guys are like not in like focus? Like, are you guys like because is this distancing you guys? Is this making like everyone like overthink and reevaluating, or is it just making you feel like maybe this is a good time and it's a reason why I should or we should reevaluate, like, let's say our relationship? Or is it like affecting relationships? Or is it time where people should take to see if they want to still be in a relationship or something like that? Whether it's friends or like dating or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. But like, is it time to reevaluate, or is it time to start like thinking if it's the right person?
But never, like the worst is actually to overthink. Like
Yeah.
You can see all of your routine, and then there is that moment you stop and start thinking. That's when you fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you
Literally.
just sorry to use that word, but that's
It's okay.
exactly what
It's
what
a
happens.
good way to express yourself.
Yeah. And yeah, but yeah, as you said, it's surely a time to see everything in perspective. So you try to see everything from a different point of view, and uh, it's a really bad time for human existence, because you realize actually like what people, let's say, who, I don't know, they're escaping from a war or going away from a dangerous place,
Yeah.
or yeah, we're kind of in that state.
Yeah.
Not I don't mean we're like escaping from something, or like we're in danger. I just mean that we don't have any certainty. We don't have any. So all of us, we're really in a situation of distress. So
Yeah. That's
yeah,
true.
and that's when you understand like how like that kind of people, how they live, because human existence doesn't really have anything like to be there if there isn't a reason to feel like to give value to your day or to your time.
Yeah. Well, also like if you value like you said, like valuing your time is very important, especially now. Like people are using it to sleep, but they're never going to get this like opportunity in time just to have like to do nothing. Like basically we could do nothing, or you could be productive and you could work on your dreams and you could study what you want to be in your future, or you can sit down and watch TV all day, and which it's not a bad thing. I'm not bothering, or like not bothering, but I mean like criticizing. I'm saying, but or you could use this time to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to talk to some people. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing for my future, because I want to see what's going to happen and what we're going to do. Or you could sit down and watch TV, which is not very productive, or you could read a book and learn more about yourself. So it's like
I
kind
don't
of
know.
like
It
if you
depends.
go,
It depends on what you're watching on TV.
yeah, if it's like the wildlife in 4K from Oprah Winfrey, then wow, that's amazing. No,
Honestly,
but
I don't think it's about like I've already got like a list of movies that were always wanted to watch and didn't have time. This is now I started watching them. So I mean,
yeah,
it depends really on what you do. I just think you don't have to waste time on Instagram or that stuff, because that's like at the end of the day you're gonna feel worse than when the day started, and
yeah.
that's
And when you
based
finish
on
the
my
day, you
personal
want,
experience.
yeah,
So like you can start your day off like in a very good way, and then it could end like in a very bad way, because in the middle something happened and you lost
but you also want to feel accomplished by the end of your day. You
yes,
want to
that's
be
the
like,
point. Yes.
wow, like I feel like amazing. Like today I did this. Like you, I'm sure you don't only watch movies. Like you watch
No,
a
I
movie,
was
but
just
you say like I watched this, I did this, I cut my hair, I did this, and like all these 5 things, like, and then you just feel great. You're like, this is good. But
yes, absolutely. And oh I want to say something. Oh yes, that like you should try. I don't know if you tried, Luca.
Mm-hmm.
Because it actually can happen to like wake up very, I don't know how you say, maybe like greasy, maybe in English, when you're just like
Grease?
sleepy, you don't want to do anything.
Oh yeah, like okay, yeah,
How do you say that? Is there a word?
waking up, gloom.
Well, it doesn't
not
really
gloomy,
matter, but like when
heavy. Yeah,
yeah, it's heavy. When you wake up, like you don't feel like doing anything, or well, that I don't know. In your case, maybe it's coffee. In my case, it's like cold shower or activities, running or stuff. But like you should, like all of you guys should find something that like puts you on the right track. Because if you start off your day in a bad way and you don't have any interest in saving that day and make it like a nice day, then it's not gonna like be better, and you're just gonna
Yeah.
feel like worse. Maybe the day after you
It,
feel just like the most, you know,
yeah.
powerful
Well,
person
if
in
you
the
start
world.
off,
But
yeah, but if you start your day off well, it's gonna end off well. Like with your energy, not just like it's not like if it rains at the end of the day, like that doesn't predict your weather. Like I'm saying, like if you start it with a good habit and you start it like with a smile, you're gonna end it most likely with a smile.
yeah, it depends. I
Yeah,
don't know. I make you this example. I had to speak with a friend of mine the other day, and she was like, "Oh, today I'm very busy. Can we do like in 2 days or tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yes, we can, but probably I'm not gonna be the same person as I am right now."
true.
I mean
That's
that
true.
like right now I'm changing like very very fastly, and you know, like it's very hard. I told you, like in the evening I forgot what I did at 7 a.m. in the morning, so I'm just like another person, and it's normal. We always change in this
You're
particular
like a
time.
dog.
I think we
Ever
change
since
like
corn,
very
yeah,
quickly.
like corn. Do you like a dog? You know, like dog age, and the dog time goes quicker. That's
Yeah,
what we're living right now. We're living dog time. So
yeah. Well,
when someone leaves to your house to go shopping for food, they come like when your dad comes back, you're all excited. You're like papa. So like everyone like because you have more time, so your time goes by a bit slower but quicker depending how productive your day is.
yes,
Technically,
yes.
so
Well, I don't know. Time is very relative.
yeah,
I just like I always think about. I used to swim, you know that,
yeah,
and like time in many sports, like many sports give you the chance to, you know, to give time the right value. Or anyways, like
yeah,
in like in swimming, like 1 second is like huge. It's
yeah.
like
Literally,
it's just like
that's true.
and yeah. Well, when I came back from my trainings, I was always like. Oh,
Yeah,
nice. In these 10 minutes coming back home, I could have, you know, swam like, you know, I don't know
yeah.
how many laps, but a lot.
But it's good. Anything that keeps you healthy in a time like this. Anyways, we're gonna have to have you on another podcast because like we're at 42 minutes. So to end it off, do you have any other messages like on the back of your mind that you'd like to say? Like anything on the back of your
Oh,
mind
let me
or in the
think
back of
about
your
it.
head?
I really think you guys should stay home.
So he did this morning. So as you can
Yes,
see, Luca's very, very productive. He's been
very.
like keeping himself busy. And have
But
you been working on a
that's because
video?
like all of this came like pretty good, and I was like, everyone says the back is always messy, but it's good because like in your house no one sees like the back
Yeah.
of your head. So I was like, well, let's mess it up a little bit. Now that
But
we
you
can.
did it?
No, actually, no. To be honest, no, I
Okay.
couldn't. I couldn't. No, no. I asked my dad to do that, and I was surprised he didn't write something like "I am stupid" or you know. I would have done it
Yeah.
if my brother asked me like write this on my head. I would write anything I wanted. I don't know why I didn't.
That's really funny though. That was amazing. It was Luca, it was a pleasure to have you on.
It was a
It
pleasure.
was
Thank you.
crazy that you could do this and you could like I think your setup is even more clear than mine, like your camera and everything, so it's like amazing what you did. And I'd like to thank you for coming on. Do you have any last messages for the
Well, I
our
don't know,
viewers?
guys. Like, just like if you have any suggestions or you know something to share about your quarantine, or any questions, or you know, just I think the best thing about this quarantine is that we are all going through it. It's something that finally that there is empathy in humans because we're all living this, so we can understand how the other people feel in the best way possible. So I hope you guys live the best, like live at
Very
the best,
soon.
and try
Yeah.
not to waste time or stay home because that's the only thing we
Yeah.
can do now.
So that's true. Very true. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and we'll probably have you back on Luca for sure.
It would be nice.
So enjoy.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.